What is something that your parents taught you that you would never teach to your children? Use caution, especially well-informed caution, in making many major life decisions, but being too risk-adverse is extremely limiting of one's enjoyment of life and chances of success. My father tried to teach me precisely the opposite: avoid anything that contains an element of risk. I rejected that notion, which helps explain why I married early and remained married 48 years on, as well as our purchase of our first house at a fairly young age, which quickly became more valuable in monetary terms than was the house in which I was raised. Of course, I was aided by the extremely favorable economy of my generation, but rejecting my father's advice was key to our capitalizing on that favorable economy, and I would never pass on my father's self-limiting advice to my children. A recent solo backpacking trip from Toronto to Tierra del Fuego was not the most fiscally sound decision that a 24-year-old might make, and my father would have advised strongly against it, but we fully supported her, emotionally, any way she paid for the trip, and strongly believed that she made a sound, if slightly daring, choice. All the better for the slightly daring part, BTW. She actively pursues life, as opposed to passively waiting to see what may happen, which I find to be a most admirable, as well as useful, trait. She is also remarkably successful at her academics, again possibly aided by her carpe diem approach to life, which seems counterintuitive but allows her to embrace each day's study without the undue burden of worry of whether events beyond her control will have a negative effect on career possibilities, highly unlikely, in my highly biased opinion.